All right, welcome everyone here today. It's the game of the year, LaSalle taking on Hendricken here from LaSalle Academy. Rematch of last year's championship game, and pretty much every year's championship game it seems like. These are the two best teams in the state. They're going to square off tonight for the first time this season. From Tim Duffy and Harrison Trey on the call here today from LaSalle Academy, and we're expecting a good one. Harrison, huh?
Yeah, we sure are. It's always a good time calling a game with you, Tim, as always. But, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. This is a rivalry that goes back, the last couple of years. They've been going at it back and forth, and last year split 1-1, and LaSalle got the better end of that deal, beating them in the playoffs. So you're getting a hungry Bishop Hendricken team that wants to come in here and has revenge on their mind.
Beating them in the championship, a 38-29 victory, and last year it was at Hendy. They won a low-scoring game, 10-9. This year from the Nest and the Beehive, as I should say, here at LaSalle Academy. It's a blackout here for the LaSalle Academy students, and their team about to run onto the field. They're going to do Bishop Hendricken coming out first. A lot of Hendricken fans in attendance tonight, and you can see them with the white jerseys and the gold helmets. They're ready to go, trying to get this victory on the road.
Yeah, they're pumped right now, and it's good to see a team travel as well. I mean, when you have that kind of fan atmosphere, it's always a great sign.
LaSalle on the field now. Going up as a team, it looks like. Showing some unity, huh? That's what
Sure
it looks
are.
like.
Trying to go out there as a team, and they're running out right now. This is going to be a great football game. I can see the passion, determination on both sides. It's going to be a fun one, Tim.
It's going to be a fun one indeed. When we come back, Hendricken taking on LaSalle opening kickoff coming up in a couple of minutes here on Fans Only Sports Network. All right, Bishop Hendricken winning the toss. They're going to defer, meaning the Rams will receive the ball first. And I've seen the Rams struggle in the first quarter the last few games, especially against division rivals already in North Kingston and Central. A couple of close games in the first half, but was not able to pull away in both of them. This is a different beast right here, Bishop Hendricken. I mean, the reigning runner-ups, they lost to LaSalle last year. LaSalle losing a lot of seniors as well. National anthem, real quick. Zoom in on the flag, brother. All right, a Friday the 13th edition of the Salle and Bishop Hendricken here in 2023. Everyone in this building's hyped. It's a sold-out crowd here from the Salle Academy, who, like I said, will get the ball first here in this one.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two teams. But in terms of Bishop Hendricken, they're coming in red hot. There's no question about that. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Took down Cranston West last week 31-0, but tonight's game is a little different, and this has been a competitive rivalry in the last few years, so this regular season matchup has a little different meaning to it, so I'm excited.
Especially Hendricken losing in the championship last year, trying to get their revenge. It's the talk of the town tonight if you're a Hendricken Hawk fan, but for the Rams, trying to stay true and run it back, say why they're the best team in Rhode Island. Tim Duffy and Harrison Prey on the call here tonight. You can follow our Instagram at FO Sports with a Z, or check out our website at fansonlysports.com.
So for the time being, we'll have some technical difficulties. Bishop Hendricken will kick off. And it'll be Scott Belford Jr., the kicker. Just waiting for the whistle. As Hendricken and LaSalle here on Friday Night Lights put foot to leather. Here comes Donald Young from his own 10-yard line as he takes an angle and gets tackled. The first one to it was Jeremy Sadie, able to bring him down at around the 21-yard line, and LaSalle will set up shop. Salle Rams had a great bounce-back performance last week against North Kingstown, and that was really positive to see. They got beat by St. John's 41-0. Sitting at 1-4, you start questioning yourself as a football team. What kind of football team are you going to be this year? And after that, North Kingstown was able to get the win. A quick screen. Tamoy Stitchell in motion, makes the catch and run, and he's got room. And here goes Tamoy Stitchell. 50. He won't be caught. He's going to go on the first play on offense all the way. Touchdown Rams.
Back, we had technical difficulties, but Tamoy Stitchell, 80 yards to the end zone on the first play of the game. And what a strike that was to open things up.
It sure was, and they sent him in short motion outside, and he got a good block that time. He got Antonio Bearden with a nice block. All these receivers on the outside blocking for him, and he did the rest, able to get in. What a start to this game.
Extra point from Wallace. That may have got tipped. It's no good. So stay 6-0.
Good. Oh. Tilt it right more. Oh. Good. You're good there.
So Salle will kick off. Six nothing lead for LaSalle. And here's a little onside kick. It's going to roll and go out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's the first penalty against LaSalle tonight. Sorry, boss.
Yeah, not sure what they were trying there. Obviously trying to catch Bishop Hendricken off guard. It worked last week against North Kingstown, but this time not able to get the right bounce that they wanted.
So here comes Jaden Falcone and the Bishop Hendricken Hawks offense. No, zoom out. From the 38-yard line. Right after the 80-yard touchdown from LaSalle, here's the handoff. Taking it right side, Oscar Wea lunging forward for about 5 on the play. Makes it second down.
Yeah, and I really think that this Hawks offense is really going to have to lead on the running game. I know they threw for over 200 passing yards last week versus Cranston West, but I think the way to go is to attack this Ram defense on the ground game.
They have that dynamic rushing attack with Oscar Wea and Ronjay Francis. Now Francis coming out on the field for the game's second play. Falcone will give it to Francis. Big hole right side. He lowers the shoulder close to the sticks. Gets the first down for 6.
Man, if you're Tamoy Stitchell, that is a scary sight to see. Able to score a touchdown on offense, but you're a safety having to fill one-on-one with Ronjay Francis. That is a tall task for any safety to handle.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. Falcone gives it to Francis up the middle, and he lunges forward for a couple more, and he picks up 4 on the play. It looks like he was going to get stopped at first, but he ends up getting a respectable gain to make it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Terrence Campbell had the initial stop at first, but I think he was even surprised to see Francis keep the legs turning, and you're going to have to get multiple maroon helmets on Francis because he's not going to go down on first contact.
They call it 2nd and 5. Here's the keeper for Falcone. It's a block from Francis and is close to the first, but what a tackle made by Stitchell to bring him down shy of the sticks.
That was a great form tackle so far. I mean, he made the big play to start it, but on defense, he has shown up big time, able to break down and settle, go for Falcone's legs, and he's made some really good stops. Now brings up a 3rd and manageable, which is a huge spot for this LaSalle defense. Able to get that first touchdown and you can get another stop. You got the crowd on your side.
Third down and short. First 3rd down attempt of the game for Bishop Hendricken. Handoff to Francis. Right side, big hole with a block, and Francis, he won't be pushed out of bounds until the 22-yard line. Picks up 22 on the carry.
Gotta tell you what, these running backs tonight are the real deal. I mean, they are just so hard to tackle in space. It's just impossible to tackle them one-on-one. You need lots of guys to be able to wrap them up. Ronjay Francis imposes a certain will on any defense. So far, you got to stick with him because right now it's been moving the chains.
He's got 32 yards on the drive himself. That was his longest carry for 21. As Bishop Hendricken marching down the field with ease. Here on the opening drive, have not thrown a single pass. He's on 5 plays on the field. Here is the first pass. Falcone looking, airing it out. End zone shot is incomplete. Through the hands of Sebastian Laura, the freshman. Donald Young on the coverage makes it 2nd down.
And that wasn't a bad ball from Falcone. That was pretty catchable, but give Donald Young a lot of credit to be able to run with Laura stride for stride. I mean, he is, when you watch Laura play, he's as fast as it gets in Division I Rhode Island. This is just going to run a corner route, delay a little bit, and not able to bring it in. But, you know, this passing game of Bishop Hendricken, they're not afraid to go deep. It's one of their strengths.
Laura, definitely a player to watch. Freshman on this team leading the squad in receiving yards according to Max Preps. From the 28-yard line up the middle, and Francis gets about 5 on the carry.
You got a good block up front by Steven Antonucci, the guard, just going to clean up that time along with Benjamin Tilton, the fullback, just behind the guard. He's going to go in motion and pull, and that's what helped Francis get a good gain on that run.
Hendricken's bread and butter is pounding that rock. A lot goes to the blocking game as well. Francis the back. 2 receivers right. Toss play, Francis. Right side has a hole, and Francis pushed out of bounds. Got the first down to the 16-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. Another first down run for Ron J. Francis.
Yeah, that time just going to go with a bunch formation to the right. Got Benjamin Tilton out there along with Sebastian Nault, and they're just trying to seal the inside, get these linebackers of the Rams to not be able to get contained on Francis. He's able to bust it outside and get the first down.
Stops the clock with 7:13 to go. Hendricken. This is their 9th play of the drive. Play action, throws, Laura high, incomplete. There's a quick fake and a quick throw to Laura. It goes through his mitts, and it's 2nd down.
And he got pressure that time from Antonio Bearden. Looked like he came in tight, usually plays another corner safety position. He came clean off the edge, and I think that affected the ball flight from Falcone after he faked the handoff to Francis. Just a little bit high.
Laura, the intended receiver on both of Falcone's passes, both incomplete. Here's the fake. Falcone will keep it himself. Lowers the shoulder down inside the 10. And close to the first down. He's going to be 3 yards short after the 7-yard pickup for number 7.
I like the balance between run and pass so far for Hendricken. They've been able to use all of their skill players to run the football. And Jaden Falcone, we know he can sling it, but this time going to fake it to Francis, take it right up the middle. And he was able to follow, looked like that was Ryan Lopez, I believe. Cleared the way and got Falcone positive running room.
Pay attention. 3rd down and 3. Give it, keep it. Falcone trying to get to the outside, and Falcone is stopped. Campbell was there. So was Montero, but a flag is down. Flag is down the field. And LaSalle says it's against Hendricken. Let's see what the verdict is.
Andrew Mateo's ruling that it was on the Hawks.
And it is. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. And it's going to be 15 yards the other direction. So 3rd and 3 becomes 3rd and about 18.
Yeah, I think that time Falcone would have been better off just giving to Francis. He got ran into one of his linemen, I believe, and couldn't really get good traction on his way to a first down, but give credit that time to Andrew Mateo. He was the first one there along with Campbell to be able to back him up for a loss.
So it brings it all the way back to the 26, makes it 3rd down and 20. The stick says 4th down.
Loss of down as well, I guess.
Well, I believe it's 3rd. I don't know. Here's the fake. Looking, throwing. It is going to be off the mitts of his intended receiver, and Sebastian Nault, incomplete.
Donald Young took
and
a
it's
chance.
a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and Donald Young took a chance that time. He was trying to go for the pick 6, and he almost paid for it as Sebastian Nault almost brought that in, and there was nobody behind Young after that. Would have been an easy touchdown for Nault, and that's one he's going to want back.
Falcone, I mean, he put that right on the money. Like you said, Young taking the gamble right there, trying to make a play on that ball, and luckily for number 27, it went right through the fingertips of Sebastian Nault. So Rams up 6-0 with the lead, with the ball rather, just over halfway through this first quarter.
And this will be a big opportunity for the Rams. They can go up 2 scores, really make it tough on the Hawks. Started out so well with that first play.
So in the second play of the game, Mosley will feed it to Campbell right up the middle, his first carry. Still on his feet, helmet falling off. And it was Bigden whose helmet fell off. And Campbell ends up picking 3 on the play up for his first carry of the night. And we saw him have 215 yards last week against North Kingston in the 42-21 victory right here at LaSalle Academy.
Yeah, that was an impressive showing by Campbell. And to me, it starts and ends with Terrence Campbell. You know, he is a guy that nobody wants to tackle. Similar to Rondre Francis on the other side, he brings the same type of running for the Rams.
He had 4 touchdowns last week as well. Here he is again on second down trying to find the hole. He's wrapped up on the play after picking up about 3 more.
And this Hendricken defensive line has a tall task today. They're going to have to find a way to be able to slow them down, force LaSalle to throw the football, because you know that Terrence Campbell is a guy that can just take the back of any defense, break the back of any defense, and that's what he brings every week.
3rd down and 3. First 3rd down of the game for LaSalle. Mosley audibling at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz from Francis. Quick throw. It is going to be too high and incomplete. In the area of Bearden, and it'll be 4th down for the first time today for LaSalle. And they're going to set out the punting unit with Max Wallace.
Trying to confuse Mosley before the snap. Francis and Sadie were the ones to come off Mosley's blind side, and they want to get pressure on Mosley, make him feel uncomfortable, and that time causing an errant throw.
Francis came in hard on the blitz there. Mosley had to get rid of it quickly. And what a two-way player he is, the senior.
Sure is. What an athlete.
Here's the punt. It got blocked off the helmet of a Ram, and it's scooped up out of the air by Jack Renza, still alive. It came out of his mitts. Who has it? Rams think they do, and it's the Rams' ball. Oh, man. That was a live ball right off the snap, or after the block, rather, and the Rams come away with it at the end. It was a bad snap. Maxwell was able to scoop it up, got the kickoff, and somehow, some way, the Beehive is buzzing after that play.
What are the odds of that happening? I mean, I initially hit the helmet that time of John Bigden, and it was just a scramble for the football, and they're already past the first down marker. And how on earth did they recover that? I mean, LaSalle, the momentum going in their favor, and even getting the right bounces too.
Everything going right for the Rams so far in this first quarter.
Sure is. I don't think anybody would have guessed that that would happen. Yeah, I would imagine Keith Croft is livid right now. I think he's trying to argue that it hit a Ram player, so even if it's touched by him, we should get the possession anyway.
They might have to inquire us about some instant replay.
Yeah,
I mean,
we might need it.
that's a game-changing call right there.
Yeah,
Still
he's
some
trying
discussion going on the Bishop Hendricken sideline, and they're going to say play on. It's the Rams football with a first down and 10. Mosley gives it. Campbell, right side, has a hole and couldn't get enough. First guy there was Rashawn Belaine, the daunted defensive end. And it was a gain of 4 on the play.
Just a read option play, and Mosley's going to read the outside linebacker, Jeremy Sadie, right here. If he goes for Campbell, he is going to keep it, and this time he stays on contain, not letting Mosley keep it and run.
And a flag down. Pre-snap penalty. I think it may have been an offsides, or false start rather, against one of the LaSalle receivers, and it is. Stitchell, along with Herlin Perry, pleading their case. This is going to go back 5 yards.
And just a little flinch. You even saw Francis, or actually, as a matter of fact, Benjamin Brooks says he moved, and that was the clear indicator that somebody caused a false start.
So here's a second and a long 11 from the 41. And Mosley going to keep it and throw the screen out to Bearden, and Bearden on the flat gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. They say keep the clock running as he stepped backwards out of bounds. It's a gain of about 5 on the play.
Yeah, a little run pass option here. We saw North Kingstown pull it against LaSalle last week for a touchdown, as Mosley's going to keep it himself. Act like he's going to run, throw it out to Bearden. How about Bearden lowering the shoulder on Jonas Rivera? Not afraid to lower the shoulder pad and give a hit on the offensive side.
First catch of the game for Bearden. 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. Mosley keeps it himself, has to throw it away. Nobody home. Rush was coming from all cylinders, highlighted there by big number 12 Marcus Almada getting after the quarterback, with Jeremy Sadie on coverage as well. Makes it 4th down, and forget the blocked punt. It's going to be another punt coming up for Max Wallace.
Yeah, just a rollout play. Mosley seeing nothing there, but this Bishop Hendricken front 7, they've been doing a good job matching the physicality. I think they expected LaSalle to run the football, and they're playing a physical brand, trying to return the favor and create a spark on their side.
Another low snap, and this one almost got after it again with Sebastian Laura, and this will be a fair catch taken by Nault at the 32-yard line. So just under 2 minutes to go in the quarter for Bishop Hendricken. They'll get the ball back for the second time today following the missed 4th and 20 last drive that honestly could have gone for 6 if Sebastian Nault was on that football.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of crazy what-if plays in this game. And, yeah, Donald Young, like you said, trying to take a gamble and go for a pick 6 and just over-pursuing that football. And, what could have been was a good throw by Falcone. Looked like a bad decision by him. There was green grass ahead of Nault. Would have been an easy touchdown, but got to put it behind you.
A missed chance, and then you had the blocked punt that somehow found its way back to the Rams. But a fresh set of downs here for Bishop Hendricken.
And Bishop Hendricken really needs to get a drive right here, trying to even this game up. Last drive, they had it going very well in the ground game with Francis and Falcone.
And here's the handoff to Weah, trying to find a hole right side. He can't. It was Lafredo and Campbell getting after him first, and it's a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, trying to go running back by committee for the Hawks. Weah in there as well, and you get the crowd on your side. Home game is so huge in high school because, get this crowd on your side. They're going to go crazy even for just a play that's, a few yard loss. And Campbell, Stitchell, basically the whole defense able to get him for a tackle for loss.
First tackle for a loss today by either team. Second and 12, Falcone. No completion so far, and this one's down the field for Laura. He caught the ball. Pete Moran on the step down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 44 on the play, and the Hawks are moving now.
Man, is he fast. I mean, he's just going to run up to Grover Moran. It's great coverage, but Falcone says, I'll take my chances. This guy has speed like you wouldn't believe it. And it was just a zone coverage, and he's still able to get a little behind Grover Moran. What a play. That'll get you back into it.
And how good is that freshman, Sebastian Laura? I mean, he's been targeted on all 3 of these passes today from Falcone. That one reeling in a long bomb. 46 on the play. Here's the fake. Rolling out to his right. Falcone throws on the move. End zone! Can't scoop it up. Incomplete pass. Almost reeling that one in. think that's 13, Michael Da Silva.
Yeah, just a rollout play. And actually, Nault was open immediately. And, you know, if Falcone lets that go as soon as he gets open initially, then he's able to hit him in stride. But, you know, again, we know Falcone can rip it and throw it. You know, he's got one of the strongest arms, Division I of Rhode Island. But, you know, if he's able to just, you know, throw it sooner, he's able to hit him in stride and easy touchdown.
Looking at Falcone, this one, a bad snap. He falls on top of it for a loss of 10, and the Rams just keep forcing the Hawks to go backwards. Second huge loss deep inside Rams territory today for Bishop Hendricken.
Yeah, just a bad snap this time from Ethan Charnley. It just goes way to the left of Falcone. He had no chance to get that, and so, you know, maybe a shot there, but just need to take their lumps. But a lot of self-inflicted wounds from the Hawks. They're going to have to clean this up if they want to have a competitive chance tonight.
And after one, it is LaSalle up 6-0 over the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. Just got to reload this screen, and I don't know why we have the Shamrocks, but LaSalle up 6-0. We'll be right back here on Fans Only Sports Network. It'll be 3rd and 19 for Bishop Hendricken when we return. What's up, man? They're big. You go with Steve when he dropped the touchdown. I said that boy had all the targets. I was lying by accident. Okay. All right, we flip sides. 6-0, new quarter. In Harrison, it's been a back-and-forth game, but Bishop Hendricken shooting themselves in the foot on multiple occasions in this first 12 minutes. Under 12, and maybe, hopefully for them, they can get things going, but they have a 3rd down and about 16 right here.
Yeah, there were a lot of plays that went well on that drive. You get a big play to Sebastian Laura. That's a huge momentum boost on your side. And then all of a sudden, you miss a touchdown to Nault, which actually was a good ball by Falcone, but he wasn't able to bring it in. And then you get a bad snap. Now it creates a 3rd and long. So, you know, a lot of errors on their offense that could have led to points.
Sure have. And now they're backed up against their 2nd 3rd and long today. And actually, they didn't have a 3rd and long last time because the personal foul lost it down as well.
That's right.
And now it's 3rd and 19 for Bishop Hendricken. Backs against the wall. Falcone, here comes the rush, under pressure, incomplete. Bearden got there to force the hit. They're going to say incomplete first. No fumble, and it's 4th and long right now, and Bishop Hendricken will punt for the first time tonight.
And that was a tricky look that time for the Hawks because it looked like they were going to send everybody, but the right side or in the middle, Terrence Campbell, Sean Francisco, they're going to drop out, but then here comes Tonio Bearden, rather. He's the one that hit him, causing the incompletion. So give credit to this LaSalle defense, you know. Had some struggles this season, but they've been able to confuse Hendricken.
And they're actually going to go for it, excuse me. They're going for this one. You got Laura, Nault, and Jonas Rivera out wide. 4th down and 19, and a timeout will be called by the Hawks. So it's 5 seconds into the quarter. We'll take a timeout ourselves. LaSalle up 6-0, and Bishop Hendricken facing 4th and a country mile when we return. Okay, word is they are going for it. 4th and 19. It is real rowdy in here. Falcone has time, launches downfield. It is incomplete. Not even close to the intended receiver into Silva, and Stitchell had a chance to the pick, but it goes through his hands. And some great starting field position for the Rams coming up following another long turnover on downs for the Hawks.
I actually don't blame Tumoy Stitchell for not catching that football. It's actually better that he didn't. Jeff Marcone probably happy that he wasn't able to bring that in. It actually gives them better field position. And who knows with Tumoy Stitchell what he can do, but just drop it and take your lumps at the 35-yard line.
It's like good devil or good angel on one shoulder, devil on the other.
Right.
And, he said, forget my stats, even if it was an accidental drop. Sets up the Rams about 20 yards further at the 35-yard line. Bearden in motion. Going to give it to Campbell on first down, and Campbell lunging forward down to the 41. A strong gain of 6. It's so tough to bring that kid down. Ranked number 1 in Rhode Island for a reason.
He sure is. And Rashawn Villain, who actually got the initial hit immediately on the edge and kind of didn't slow him down a little bit. And that's just what Campbell can do. He can, right when you think you have him, you don't. And has incredible balance for a guy his size.
Sure does. 2nd and 4. They might go back to him here, and they will. Up the middle, Campbell. Big hole. Spins out of it. Campbell across the 30. Campbell taken down from behind at the 20-yard line. Huge run for Campbell. Picks up 39 on the play.
Talked about balance, right? And he gets hit initially in between the tackles, and he just keeps on going. He doesn't stop, and then it's Jeremy Sadie that has to run him down. It's a good thing that Campbell...
a flag is down, though.
And
it's in the backfield, and I think we know what this could potentially be.
Ugh.
And it's coming back. Hold against the Rams. We saw Campbell. We saw a lot of holds last week from LaSalle. 5 on the night, including one that took away that incredible catch from Tumoy Stitchell on the sideline. But this one will go back, and the Rams, who had 14 penalties accepted last week against North Kingston. Just their 3rd night, but it couldn't have come in a more unfortunate scenario there.
Yeah, and John Bigden was the one that got charged for the holding, and he was putting his hands up like, I didn't do anything. Are you kidding me? And, of course, you're going to put your arms up when you get a big gain, right?
Brings it back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Campbell in motion. Mosley going to throw this one underneath. It's caught by Bearden with some room to run, and not really. Down after only about 3 yards, as it was Rivera who got him at the end of the play at the 43-yard line.
Just a tunnel screen, and that was the touchdown that Tumoy Stitchell scored on. And this offensive line of the Rams have been really successful with their screens, getting out in front. You're seeing Mason Mangianti, Bigden out there, Tyrell Harris, and so these screens have really been the difference in this game, creating the lone touchdown for the Maroon.
3rd down and 7. Rams have not converted on 3rd down. Here's a throw. Far sideline, Moran, incomplete. Got locked up on the play. And it will be another punt coming up. Coverage by Xavier Fisher.
Yeah, just trying to give his guy a chance, and both of these teams are not limited with talent on the outside, and trying to get Bearden involved once again. Or excuse me, wasn't Bearden. Believe it was Grover Moran. So again, great coverage by Fisher to run stride for stride with Moran, but again, the ball not good enough.
Here's the punt, almost got a piece of it there. And it'll be fallen on top of by Nault at about the 37-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go in this first half. Bishop Hendricken Still trying to find their first points of the game. And, Harrison, what do you think they're going to do here? After getting on the plus side of the field their previous 2 possessions, but just nothing on the scoreboard so far.
Well, I think that they've had a good game plan going in on offense. Stick with the running game, and then that will set up the play-action pass and take your big shots downfield. And obviously, Sebastian Laura, one that can get behind any defense. And so when you're able to run it with Ronjay Francis, Falcone, and even Weah, it sets up the play-action pass. I think they should continue with that game plan because on both drives, they're able to get into LaSalle territory. They just haven't been able to cash in.
Sure haven't. Yeah, the bad snap on the last possession, then the personal foul on the first that brought them inside the 20, back to just barely inside their 40-yard line, trying to not have any self-inflicted wounds on the series. And that's a good start for the Hawks as Kobe Muwa jumped off sides alongside Earl Smith, and it'll be 5 yards freely for Bishop Hendricken.
And whatever it takes at this point, under 10 minutes to go. And, I think Keith Croft is, I think he's just telling his team, his players, that you can't keep making these mistakes.
Handoff. It's Weah. Breaks a tackle. Weah runs into a wall and is very close to the sticks with some forward progress. Give him about 4 on the play. So he took a shot right up the middle there.
Sure did, and it was Tamoy Stitchell. And how about the game that he's playing? I mean, talk about his ability on offense. He's a human highlight reel. You saw it last week.
Oh, yeah.
With that crazy catch. And so, but on defense, he's still making his presence known. He's making a huge impact, and he's a guy that's not afraid to tackle any running back in the hole. Just hit Weah and kind of caught him off guard there. I don't think he was expecting that.
Don't think he was at all. But against this Rams team, you got to expect anything. 2nd down and a yard. Falcone will give it up to Weah. He cuts it left. Weah gets a block on the outside from Laura, and Weah out of bounds at the 40. Picks up about 14, and the Hawks able to move the chains.
Yeah, it's just a great cutback by Weah as play was designed to go inside, and he just cut it outside, pretty much juked Antonio Bearden to the perimeter as he had contain on him, just able to give him a little stiff arm and follow a good Sebastian Laura block on the outside. So, I mean, this Hendricken offense, they have a lot of running backs that they like to get involved. None of them are a bad option, and Weah that time busting it loose, and talent out here is insane.
Like you said, a lot of options on this Hendricken team. Francis with 5 carries, Weah with 4, the last of which for Oscar Weah being his longest of the night, 15 yards. And he stays in the backfield here for first down. 3rd trip inside Rams territory for Bishop Hendricken tonight. And Falcone is going to give it to Weah. Has a big hole right side. Weah cannot get by Terrence Campbell. A flag is down. After the 2-yard gain, Campbell makes the ferocious tackle. Let's see what the flag is.
Well, I can't see it being a horse collar tackle because I did not see, unless they're going to call Campbell with a personal foul, but the Rams defense signaling it's on Hendricken.
And just like it is on about 90% of run plays, when the flag is down, it's a hold. Bishop Hendricken, their first hold tonight. And it pushed them back. And, like we mentioned, I mean, the Hawks, just a lot of shooting themselves in the foot on the plus side of the field. And that's their 3rd penalty. Or not 3rd penalty, their 2nd penalty. The other one was a bad snap last drive to push them back while they're moving the ball very effectively.
Yeah, and it's a lot of things that they can control. I mean, they can control these things. They can control a good snap. They can control, holding penalties are tough when you're going against, players that are very ferocious on the Rams defensive line, but it's just something they're going to have to get better at.
So it's 1st down and 20 now. Nault, the motion man. Fake it to Weah, throw it to Laura. Laura trying to get some space, and he picks up a modest gain back to the 41. About 8 on the play, his 2nd catch, the freshman.
Yeah, and you can tell they're trying to feature him as much as possible. Going to be split out on Donald Young. You even see Antonio Bearden giving him attention before the snap. But this Rams defense has done a good job disguising. He's going to make a quick throw out here, get Nault to block Young. And wasn't able to work that time.
Second down and a dozen. Falcone, here comes the rush. Screen for Whale, off his hand, incomplete. So they set up the screen pass to Whale, trying to continue to get in his hands, and Falcone starting 1 of 6 on the night. And here comes another third down for Bishop Hendricken.
Ugh, and if Falcone could just complete this to Wea, this would have gone a long way. I wouldn't say it would be a touchdown, but it would be pretty darn close, as almost the whole Salle defensive line, there was only Grover Moran out in front. Lucas Alves probably would have been able to block him had he completed it, and then it just led to an incompletion. So a lot of what-ifs with this Hawks offense.
Let's see if they can erase the what-ifs and show them what are or what is with a third down conversion here.
There you go.
Falcone. That one didn't come off the tongue properly. Throwing right side. It is too tall for Nault again. And way upset. He thought could have got there on the fly, and this is going to send out the punting unit, it appears. Last time we saw a fourth down for Bishop Hendricken, they sent out the unit at first, then came back on the field with the timeout. And now it looks like to be the first punt of the game for Bishop Hendricken. And kicking it away is Scott Belford Jr. That's Scott with 1 T, as a matter of fact. Just for any fans out there, I thought that would be cool.
Pretty unique.
Quite indeed. So LaSalle, they scored on the first play of the game. Nothing the rest so far. Here is the punt from Belford. The junior sends it away, and it is going to be touched at the 11-yard line. A flag is down again. There's William Messina chasing after it, and it's going to be a hold first.
It's going to be on Sean Francisco.
Yep, who's holding Messina on the block on the near side right there.
Yeah, he was just trying to block that time. It was Benjamin Brooks down the sideline and gets a little jersey on that one, and so it'll give Bishop Hendricken, much needed breathing space.
So this will be half the distance to the goal. Let's see where the flag was. It was around the 15-yard line. As a result, it's going to push them back inside the 10. Mark it at the 7.5. So, 5th penalty against the half for LaSalle. That's their second hold. Already their second special teams penalty. They had to kick out of bounds. That was actually Hendricken on the opening possession. My apologies.
Yeah, just a couple penalties. LaSalle's been pretty clean for the most part. And, again, if they're punting, it's been fine because Hendricken has still been struggling on offense. So, they've been able to control the ball and just stick with ball security.
Hand off to Campbell. Stretch play to the left side. Campbell cuts inside and is wrapped up from behind after getting the first down. Picks up about 10 on the play. And another chain mover for Terrence Campbell.
Just going to go with a stretch play. Get these linemen in a zone blocking scheme there. And that's what he can do. I mean, just give this guy some space, and he can create the vision, create the cutbacks, because it's not going to take one guy to tackle him.
Only 5 carries for Campbell, but not a lot of plays on the field so far for the Rams. This is only their 11th snap on offense tonight. Here's the handoff to Campbell, and he'll pick up about 3 more on the play. The workhorse on this Rams team, no one else has even ran the ball for LaSalle tonight, and we saw Campbell out in that St. John's Prep blowout the other week. I'm sure it might have been a little bit of a different game if he was on the field.
I think so, because he's somebody that you have to account for. Everybody knows when they watch tape, you got to stop that guy.
Exactly.
And you can't go wrong. In a game against St. John's Prep, he's somebody, again, St. John's Prep is a great team, and maybe they still lose to that team. But if you get Terrence Campbell out there, I think the game does look different.
41-0 game. I mean, would have looked maybe a little bit more respectable. Here's a 2nd down and 7. Bearden in motion. Play action to him. Here's the throw over the middle for Mitchell. He got grabbed before the play. That's an easy flag against De Silva, who was on the coverage. And there's no one back deep for Bishop Hendricken. You think Cicero could have taken that all the way, and De Silva certainly did as well, drawing the penalty, the pass interference call.
Safe to say that that was a pass interference. De Silva getting all of him right there. Stitchell, we know how special he is. Just give that guy a chance. He's going to make a play, and De Silva saying, I'll take the penalty as long as it's not a big play from this guy.
So the penalty pushes the ball up to the 32-yard line. Ten-yard penalty. There's the run play right side, and Sayeg is blown up. Loss of 2 on the carry for Charles Sayeg.
And I think Jeff Marcone is just trying to get some breathing for his lead horse and Terrence Campbell. Sayeg gonna have to pick up the slack if Campbell is ever out of breath and needs a breather. And again, we talk about the physicality of this game. You get Rashawn Villain, Jeremy Sadie just running sideline to sideline because they know it's a physical game, and they've been trying to keep up with the running of Terrence Campbell.
Under 4 to go here in the first half. Still a 6-0 game, no scoring in about 20 minutes of play.
De Silva one-on-one with Stitchell at the bottom.
Play action, throws, that's the one-on-one, it's picked off. Intercepted by Jonas Rivera. Rivera to the sideline, out of bounds at the 2-yard line. First and goal for Bishop Hendricken. And Mosley threw it in traffic and paid the price.
And that time it just took too long to develop, and De Silva looking like he's going to be in press coverage, but then it's Rivera able to come through, kind of just disguise. He started in the middle of the field before the snap. He came right down to help with De Silva on coverage against Tamoy Stitchell, and how about that for your offense that's been struggling all night?
That's a bone-crushing play for the Rams. Up 6-0. So first time goal to go for Bishop Hendricken, or for either team actually. Falcone in the gun, gives it way a wide open hole, walks in for the touchdown. And the Hawks are back in this one. Ties the game at 6 apiece. Way of the walk-in score.
Just a killer interception by Mosley. Even if they, punt on that drive, you don't give Bishop Hendricken a short field. Just one play, easy touchdown. And Weah got a good block that time from Benjamin Tilton, the fullback, on the outside.
So Belford will kick, and the extra point is good. Bishop Hendricken on top for the first time tonight. 7-6. And I think you guys all know who's in attendance tonight. It's Eric Rube, the man from the Providence Journal, our good friend here at Fans Only Sports Network, taking his copious notes on the game. And I'm sure, like he said last time, we're going to have a bunch of different stats here tonight when the game's all said and done. But good guy to work with, Mr. Rube.
Yeah, it was good to see him be able to call a game with you. He's pretty sharp. I think he's too hard on himself. He's pretty good at broadcasting.
He was really hard on himself for no reason. It was pretty self-deprecating, but
yeah.
I mean, Rube, it's tough for you to be bad. You know all these teams so well. We're doing the Pilgrim-Pontiac Division III game.
Right.
But
yeah.
Eric, if you're going to tune in afterwards, you did a spectacular job. And you just got #sniped, my boy.
Also on Friday Night Lights, too, on Channel 12 News, so he does it all.
Yep, we got Channel 12 here, Channel 10 here. Everyone's in the building. It's a sold-out crowd here from LaSalle Academy. And here's the kickoff returning from the 5. It's Donald Young trying to find the hole. Young cuts inside, stays on his feet. Young wrapped up by Belford at the 39. Markham at the 40. It's a return of 35 for Donald Young.
Donald Young has had a big task on the other side tonight, trying to cover Sebastian Laura. Well, how about you get him involved in the kicking game? How about this jump cut? He almost took it to the house, but again, able to get that tunnel, that vision by Young to be able to bring it just shy of the 40-yard line. Definitely brings the Rams back, but they cannot create a turnover like they did last time.
We got Gray Ionity in the game at quarterback, and we've seen him appear in every game that we've been at for the Rams this season. Number 8th ranked quarterback in the class of 26 in New England is Campbell. Picks up 3 on the play, and Ionity, the sophomore, very good use of his legs in these few games that we've seen him in. We saw him have 75 rushing yards against Central Knights a couple weeks back, and he makes his debut in the rivalry here tonight.
Yeah, Gray Ionity, a guy that is in the rotation with Mosley, and I think these quarterbacks are used to that. They expect that going into any given week, and Jeff Marcone not afraid to make a switch when he wants to. He feels like he has 2 capable guys at the signal caller.
2nd and 7. Ionity gives it. Campbell up the gut. Campbell still on his feet down to the 48-yard line. Can't bring him down. It's a gain of 5, and arguably could have been a loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, and just good luck trying to tackle him. You're going to need a lot of help by all your buddies, and believe he was able to just hit Ron J. Francis. He was on the edge that time and thought he got a clean shot at him, and just taking a stiff arm right to the face mask, and that's what Terrence Campbell does.
Hendricken containing Campbell, only 38 yards on 8 carries tonight. Sounds like a lot, almost 5 a carry, but he had 215 last week, and that time Campbell will win the leg war with Derek Gold getting lower and picking up the first down. Across midfield, gain of 4 on the play.
I mean, that play right there is just an example. I mean, Gold had him. He had him behind the first down marker, and Campbell's still able to plow forward for the first down. I mean, he even has great awareness of where that marker is, and he's just so hard to bring down. You can't emphasize it enough.
Time is ticking down here in this first half. Under 90 seconds to go. Ionity gives it to Campbell again, and Campbell can't get anywhere. First man there was Jeremy Seide. Only a gain of a yard. And LaSalle still has all 3 timeouts, and they're not using any of them on this drive.
Seeing this Hendricken defense try and contain this read option offense that LaSalle's been going to with Ionity, and you see Rashawn Villain have contain, and then Seide, one to wrap up Campbell, which has been very difficult to do tonight.
2nd down and 8. Ionity's going to throw right side, wide open. It's complete to Bearden. Antonio Bearden steps out the 35. It's good for 13 on the play, and Ionity puts it right on the money there.
Just a simple quick out by Antonio Bearden in the slot. It's zone coverage by the Hawks. And Ionity gets it out of his hands quickly, able to throw a good pass as he can make the run. The yards after the catch get north of the 35-yard line. Quick, simple read, good completion by Ionity.
Bearden 3 grabs for 22 yards. Here this one, trips to the left. Here on first down, Ionity's going to throw again. Looks to throw over the middle. Bearden again open, and he is going to be wrapped up the 26-yard line by Convoy. It was Sebastian Nault and Derek Gold who were there, along with, I believe it was Lincoln Tiernan, and it will be a timeout called by LaSalle with 25 seconds to go. When we come back, LaSalle trying to get on the board before the break and make this one in their favor, entering the final 24. 7-6, Bishop Hendricken on top. So they reset the clock back up to 28 seconds. Bearden in motion. He throws, got hit on the release. It's Bearden alone again. Tiptoes the sideline. Got hit after he stepped out of bounds. Not enough for the whistle. And gets inside the 20. Call him at the 18. I'm marking at the 20. Right on the dot.
The connection between Ioannidis and Bearden has been one to watch on this drive. I mean, 3 straight plays. They've been able to hook up with ease, and the chemistry right there. Another simple, quick out by Bearden. Gets out of bounds. Probably wanted a flag there, but again, put him in motion. He's going to run a flat route. Get him involved.
Ioannidis looks, throws, wide open in the end zone is Moran. Touchdown. LaSalle back in front.
About Jeff Marcone dialing this one up and his staff. I mean, they went bunch left a lot on that drive, and they did this time. Looked like they were able to get some sort of rub route for Grover Moran, and because he was wide open, and nobody picked him up on the back end. But again, that's just something that they have to communicate in the secondary of who to pick up. If they're going to go in that zone coverage, you got to be able to communicate who has who.
And Grover Moran, his first touchdown of the year, was alone in the corner of the end zone. A timeout will be called by LaSalle again. Or no, there was a flag afterwards, I believe. There was something pointed against LaSalle. It wasn't a timeout, but ball will stay. No, it's going to be 15 yards back on the extra point attempt. I think it was unsportsmanlike conduct. Personal foul, that's the call. So that one hurts. Pushes the extra point back a lot with 18 seconds to go here in the first half.
And I think at this point, you want to go for 2, try and make this a 7-point game because you missed the extra point, but makes it a lot tougher. You're on the 18-yard line, and now Hendricken can just play back on the goal line. They can play this kind of prevent defense, but tall task for Ioannidis to convert for the 2 points.
So they're going to snap it from the 18. Bearden in motion. Ioannidis throws it high in the end zone. Stitchell incomplete. Rivera stride for stride with them. And it's 12-7. 18 seconds to go here in the first half. What a drive that was, led by the Rams. I mean, Ioannidis 3 for 3 on the sequence. 40 yards in the touchdown, the sophomore, with some bright, shining moments here in this rivalry game.
He was locked in on that drive the whole time. He was perfect. Every pass right on the money. You know, I mean, I wish on that 2-point conversion you kind of put a little bit more air. You got nothing to lose if you throw an interception and just tackle Jonas Rivera if he picks it off. But, again, that was a great drive by Ioannidis because, again, perfect on that drive. Got that touchdown pass to Grover Moran, just perfectly thrown, and that's what you need, to be able to respond and give little time for Hendricken on the other side.
Little time indeed. Hendricken still with 2 timeouts. Let's see if they want to do anything with that information to end the first half. Wallace will kick off. It's a pooch kick towards the sideline, and this one is going to roll out of bounds again for another kick out of bounds, this time against LaSalle. Sixth penalty against the Rams today, and they'll move the ball at the 40. And now you think if you're Bishop Hendricken, we're talking maybe a deep shot to Laura.
It's good to start there, right? I mean, you can get by anybody, no matter what coverage you bring at him, but this makes it a little bit easier. That was not the best situation for the Rams to get a penalty against them. Now you're making it easier for them to get 3 on the board if they're confident in their kicker.
So 18 seconds for Jaden Falcone and the Hawks offense to work with. Here's the snap. Under pressure, he is sacked. Had no chance to get through Rex Zadrozny.
Huge play by Zadrozny, as now that's just going to bleed the half. But what a textbook way to finish the first half. I mean, you're able to score, give them little time, and then the sack by Zadrozny, textbook.
That ends the half as a result. First sack of the game for either team, and we come back. The Hawks with the second half. Sorry, when we come back, the Hawks will receive the second half kickoff, trying to retake the lead. The Rams trying to hold strong. A good game. Good touchdown drive at the end of the half, led by sophomore quarterback Gray, unable to put LaSalle back on top. We come back, 12 minutes on the board and second half action here on Fans Only Sports Network. All right, we're back here, half number 2. The barn is buzzing here today. Quarter number 3 about to begin as LaSalle clinging on to that 5-point lead, 12-7 the score. They had the touchdown with 23 seconds left, or 18 seconds left in the half. Tim Duffy, Harrison Prey on the call, and Harrison, Bishop Hendricken receiving the second half kickoff, trailing by 5. And what do you think we're going to see on this opening drive from the Hawks, trying to get back in front?
I still think you're going to see the same game plan. It's only a 5-point game, and they can still go with what they've been running offensively, a balanced attack, with Ron J. Francis and Oscar Wea on the ground. And so when you're able to rely on those guys, it sets up the play-action pass, and then you can go to Sebastian Laura, who's as dynamic as it gets in Division I high school football here in the state of Rhode Island. So when I look at Bishop Hendricken, they're very much in this game, but don't need to change too much going into the second half. Just need to not commit as many mistakes.
I saw them on the plus side of the field 3 times. That led to no scores. They got the touchdown off the interception from Jonas Rivera that set them up first and goal, and now trying to make a statement drive as Wallace will send this one away. To begin half number 2, it's Nault returning from the 4-yard line. Sebastian Nault trying to find a hole. Gets to the outside, and a flag is going to fly. And this one sure to go back as he's wrapped up at the 17-yard line.
Possibly a hold on this play against Hendricken.
11th flag we've seen today, and this will be a hold on the return team. There's actually 2 holds, so you can only accept one of them, obviously. This will push Hendricken back to their own end zone as it's half the distance to the goal. They're going to put this ball at, I think, the 6-yard line. Is that where they're going to put it?
Looks
put
like
it back to the 10.
And that's a killer right there. Around the 8-yard line.
The 8-yard line.
I'll tell you what, another thing for the Rams in terms of what they have to do in the second half, they have to tackle better. There is just too many guys on this side of the ball that are just allowing whoever it is carrying the ball, unguarded, uncontained. And so you got to be able to wrap up these guys and not let them get extra yards.
Sure can't. First and 10 from the 8. Let's see what Jaden Falcone and company can do here with their backs against the wall. Play action, read option. It's Falcone up the gun himself, and Falcone, a strong run, picks up the first. Gain of 11 right off the bat. They're out of their own end zone right there, picks up the first down.
Jaden Falcone getting dirty and getting physical. Love to see that out of your quarterback. I mean, at the same time, I would imagine his teammates not so happy that he's taking all the shots. Going to want him throwing the ball as well.
Falcone was at 0 yards before that off his 3 carries. Now gets back up to 11. First and 10 for Bishop Hendricken. Falcone is going to throw this one left side. It's Laura making the catch and staying in bounds. Brought down by Young at the 27-yard line. Picks up about 8.
And they're going to want to up the production with Sebastian Laura. It can be a daunting thing as a freshman to go out there on the varsity team and be as successful as he's been this season. And his talent is otherworldly. And Sebastian Laura is a guy that could really take the top off of defense. So even if it's just a 5-yard out route, you'll still take it, be able to increase the rapport between your quarterback and wide receiver.
2nd and 2, handoff. It is Weah with the big hole. Weah trying to cut inside. Across midfield, there goes Oscar Weah, still on his feet. Held onto the pigskin down to the 38-yard line. What a run from Weah.
And you got a great block from Sebastian Nault, along with Marcus Suker. Is able to just seal that outside. And again, this LaSalle defense, they have to wrap up. You know, they're getting a little too out of their technique. Have to stay on their keys and bring these ball carriers down. You know, it's just, you can't afford it. There's too many broken tackles.
Weah able to pick up 35, longest rushing play of the game for either team, as Hendricken continues their streak, as they've had a snap in LaSalle territory every drive tonight. Here's Nault on the end around, and Sebastian Nault has a hole, and Nault pushed forward down to the 29, picks up about 8 on the play.
Just a little touch pass to Sebastian Nault as he comes in motion. You know, it's a good idea.
Is that a jet pass right there?
He may have done. I couldn't quite see, but you know, on the replay, but it looked like he may have just tapped it a little bit, or unless. Yeah. So again, it's just a safe play. You know, if he's not able to, you know, bring it in, you know, you get issues with the carry, then it just counts as an incomplete pass. So again, Bishop Hendricken moving the ball. They just had to finish on these drives.
So here comes 2nd and short. Weah remains the back. And a man jumping first, it's Moa going off sides. And he's had trouble with that the last couple of games. And it will be a first down for Bishop Hendricken.
Yeah.
7th Ram penalty tonight. We saw him have 14 last week.
Yeah, Kobe Moa just trying to get that jump off the ball. And you always see these defensive ends on either side trying to get that jump, trying to get an edge, you know, on these offensive linemen and make these plays. But again, Moa that time just a little too urgent.
A little bit jumpy there as the Hawks on the cusp of the red zone at the 25-yard line. Falcone gives it up the middle. It's Weah with a big hole. Oscar Weah down inside the 10. Still going. Weah inside the 5. Still on his feet. Weah, did he get across? Hendricken thinks he's in, and he's down at the 1-yard line. 24 big man yards for Oscar Weah.
Oh my goodness, he's just so hard to bring down. These running backs on both sides are hard to bring down. But again, just another example of this LaSalle defense having to wrap up. Weah got a good block that time from Arion Amoruso, the tackle. Able to get on to Moise Stitchell, and Weah doing the rest inside the 5.
Weah 59 yards on 2 carries. So they're going to just try to push this in with Falcone. And they're going to give it right the middle. Weah is in for the touchdown. He earned it and he got it, and Bishop Hendricken is back in front. As Oscar Weah, 3 carries, 60 yards on the drive, and he couldn't draw it up any better than that, Harrison.
You really couldn't, and on that formation, Weah just kind of in a fullback stance right there, as he was just a foot away from Falcone under center. Just get right behind him, plow yourself forward. But again, textbook drive for Hendricken to get back into this
and
one.
that's going to be Stitchell getting off the corner too early there. So this is going to put the ball at the 1.5. And I'm surprised that for Bishop Hendricken, they're not going for 2 here to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's a good point, because.
And now here comes the offense.
There you go.
To the Hawks. The Hawk fans loving that one.
Sure do. And LaSalle, what was really a clean half in terms of penalties. Kobe Moa, like you mentioned, getting a little too jumpy there on the defensive line, and it's backing you up. And that's all Bishop Hendricken needed to go for 2 points.
So this will put the ball at the 1.5. Hendricken trying to go up 3. Oh, it was a long drive for Bishop Hendricken. Can they get 8 on the sequence? Falcone will keep it himself, and he gets the 2. Barrels in and makes it a 15-12 game here from Providence.
How about Falcone calling on his own number, taking it himself, and to plow through Antonio Bearden in order to get into the end zone. And what a great drive by Hendricken to be able to come out of the half, make the adjustments, and go right down the field on their first drive.
And I'm sure for LaSalle, the question is, who are we going to see? Gray Ionity leading this offense, who just had a 3-for-3, 40-yard and a touchdown drive, or will it be Mosley, who threw a touchdown pass? A lot of yak on the play from Troy Stitchell, but he's been solid tonight too despite the interception. So let's see what the Rams want to do here on their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, it should be interesting. And I'd imagine Jeff Marcone is still going to mix both of them in. But it's a good point. I mean, Ionity was outstanding on his last drive, ending the half. And so I would imagine he's going to try and go with the hot hand.
Bishop Hendricken, their second league game of the year. They already beat North Kingston. They have Central next week. LaSalle trying to sweep Division I here in 2023. And Donald Young took a knee with the ball. Gets back up and down to 15. So he could not get a good grasp on that at first. And only gets about 10 on the return.
And he took a shot at the end of that from Oka Wally. He was the one that made the tackle on Young, and he's just going to bobble this at first. Luckily pick it up, spin out of it, but Oka Wally cleaned him up at the end of that play around the 15-yard line, and Young just a little slow to get up. He took a shot there.
Fiscal game for sure tonight. And LaSalle, with their backs at their own wall, now a 92-yard drive from Bishop Hendricken. How can the Rams follow that up? It's Ionity, the quarterback, with a split backfield. They're going to give it to Campbell on first down, and Campbell jumps over one man and brought down at the 19, mark him at the 20, good for 5 on the play.
Ron J. Francis, the first one there to wrap up Campbell, and him along with Rashawn Villain are going to have a big role. They need to bring him down. As you know, Jeff Marcone is going to go with him on this drive. He's their guy that's going to physically wear you down on a defense.
Stay still, stay still. Hold on to this when you work. All right, I got you. And this is going to be a flag first. What is it like when you float back and forth? And it's another false start against LaSalle. Makes it second down and 10 again. And LaSalle, I mean, this is a team that really their only flaw this year has been avoiding those yellow markers, and that's their 10th of the night already, 9th of the night, following 14 last week. Second and 10 for Ionity. Play action, throws the screen, it's low, it's out of the midst of Perry. I don't think it was a catch, and they're going to say it was a catch and fumble for a loss of 3. So he got blown up right there immediately.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't agree with that call right there.
I don't think
it seemed like a bang-bang play. Happened right away. But yeah, it looked like it was De Silva able to jar that ball loose, but again, going to bring up a 3rd and long. The Rams need to find a way to respond because momentum all the way to the Hawks now to start this second half.
It's 3rd down and 13. Ionity will fake. Looking to his left, now goes right. He's going to take off. Then Gray Ionity trying to reverse field. Stays on his feet. And now here come the white jerseys. He's swarmed up at the 13. Got back to the line of scrimmage there, and it'll be a 4th punt coming up for Max Wallace.
And Jonas Rivera was the one that made the tackle at the end of that. Very dangerous play by Ionity reversing field. It's Jeremy Sadie or Ron J. Francis bringing him down, and Jonas Rivera cleaning up that play. But again, just couple of plays, the Rams looking a little flat to start this second half.
Sure do, and not the way you want to respond to a long touchdown drive. Here's Wallace, the punt, sends it away. And returning from the 46-yard line is De Silva, and he is going to get nowhere. Brought down first at the 46. I believe it was Norcliffe. And no yards netted on the return with about 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Hendricken trying to make it a two-score game.
Yeah, just a 3-point game, and if you're LaSalle, you're going to have to try and get back to what you were doing in the first half. It was, all of their momentum was on their side as they were able to finish that first half very positively, and it seemed like they were kind of taken back by the adjustments that Hendricken made on offense.
Hendricken won this regular season game last year 10-9. This one a little bit higher scoring, and Falcone struts out of bounds after picking up 5 on the play. Give him 6 at the 40.
Yeah, and I would imagine they're going to try and stick with the running game. Keith Croft not going to back down from their game plan. Use Falcone in the running game. Only pass when they need to, when they're getting more favorable matchups on the outside with Sebastian Laura and his slew of receivers. So just a run-first offense at this point. I think that's a good game plan.
So from the 40, De Silva and rolling out to the right. Here's Weah taking it left side, and Weah has a first down, shoved out of bounds by Stitchell at the 35. So another gain of 5, and it's another first down on the ground for Oscar Weah, who's had a monstrous third quarter so far.
Sure has, and he's ran hard throughout this whole game. Talk about the physical wear and tear in a defense. You're able to run it downhill. Got a great block on the outside by Marcus Sukar. And that was really able to give him the space in the first down.
So here is 1st and 10. Hawks yet to have a drive where they haven't crossed midfield tonight. Here's a fake and a throw. Got hit on the release. Didn't have a chance, as that play was blown up immediately by Thomas Lynch.
Yeah, Thomas Lynch really just creating havoc with pressure. He was able to hit Falcone and affect the pass. He was trying to go to Michael De Silva on that one. Try and bring the linebackers in, and not able to get anything with it.
Makes it 2nd and 10. Falcone gives it to Weah up the middle, and Weah lowers the shoulder, gets down inside the 30 to about the 27. So 8 more for Oscar Weah, who's having himself a game here today. Over 70 yards in the quarter now after that one.
He's just shown a lot of toughness tonight. I mean, it takes a really tough football player to be able to run it in between the tackles. Also got a nice block from Arian Amoruso. And so this is how Bishop Hendricken wants to play the second half. They want to be able to control the game, running the football, only go to the pass if it's play action, to have those linebackers bite to stop the run and open things downfield. But so far, the running game playing a big factor.
And another jump. Another jump from the Rams. That'll be another first down for Bishop Hendricken. And it was Earl Smith, I believe, who jumped off sides. And another pre-snap penalty against LaSalle. That's their 3rd offsides, including the 2-point conversion attempt on the third quarter.
Give Falcone credit. they must go with a couple of different cadences, because that's happened a lot tonight with Kobe Moi. Now we're seeing it with Earl Smith. And so, especially in third and shorts, if you can not go into the huddle running a play, but just trying to draw a team off sides, it's an easy first down right there.
And now LaSalle, double-digit penalties in all 3 of their league games this year. Falcone will keep on first down, finds the hole, and stumbles down inside the 15 for another Hendricken first down.
And they need to account for Falcone, too, in the running game. He's had a couple of nice runs on this drive.
And they're going to say he's a yard short. I thought he got there. But they're going to say it's 2nd and 1 now, as Falcone able to get 9.
Yeah, we talked about this backfield for Hendricken. Anybody can get in there and make an impact, but give credit to Oscar Wea and Falcone, as they've been able to get the tough yards in between guard and tackle, not going east and west, just going north and south.
They're going to give it to Wea. Right up the gut, Wea! Touchdown! No one was even near him. It's a 14-yard score, and Bishop Hendricken leads it by 2 scores.
It just parted like the Red Sea. And Ethan Chanley saw a couple of times on this drive, had some tough times with the snap, but that time just a great block. Also got Robert Dickinson, nice block as well, and that was the difference. This offensive line playing a huge factor in this game.
So Hendricken, they trailed by 5 at halftime. They now lead it by 10. And what a turn of events. 2 crucial drives from the Hawks, able to not shoot themselves in the foot, hypothetically, or metaphorically, as I should say. Able to punch in the first 2 scores of the half. Oscar Wea with a 2-touchdown game, or 3-touchdown game tonight, rather.
Yeah, Oscar Wea, he's been a force on the ground tonight, and he's just been so reliable for Keith Croft. Whenever they call his name on any running play, inside or outside, he's able to make it happen. But, I mean, this offensive, rejuvenation by Hendricken, something that LaSalle, I think, wasn't ready for. They didn't expect the adjustments. When we talked about going into the half, Hendricken was going to have to play a lot cleaner football. Well, they've made the adjustments, and LaSalle has to answer back.
LaSalle has to answer back, indeed. This could be their biggest drive of the year coming up. And I know we're not in the 4th quarter yet, but every drive is going to count, depending on who is likely going to get that top seed in Division I. Here is the kickoff. And it's Young from the 10. Young takes up the middle, spins out 1 tackle, and now he's brought down at about the 27-yard line. That is where LaSalle will begin their 2nd drive of the half. And we saw Identity last possession, and Identity will come out again, with Mosley staying on the sideline here for LaSalle.
Yeah, and they were in a tough position last drive, faced a 3rd and long, and he had that one scramble, tried reversing field to get a first down, wasn't able to do it, but still plenty of time in this game. Still just 2:31 in the 3rd quarter, and the 4th quarter yet to play, so still just a 10-point game. Just going to have to go back to what you did in the first half. Campbell
at the back, and they're going to have a penalty first, or whistle blown it first, and it is going to be against Bishop Hendricken for the neutral zone infraction there, so makes it 1st and 5. And much more doable now for LaSalle.
Certainly does. Makes it easier. They're not behind the sticks now. They're going to have to dial something up. Going to have to create something here.
I know he will keep it himself up the middle, and he is going to push forward. Still on his feet, shy of the sticks by about 2, and he gets 3 on the carry to the 37-yard line.
Jonas Rivera and Antonio Bearden getting a little physical after the play. Going to have to cool your emotions a little bit, but this LaSalle offense they have to score on this drive. Just a long, sustaining one, just to get you back into it. It's still within reach, but just to get something on your side for the second half. Nothing has gone their way.
Under 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and short. Give it to Campbell. Right side, Campbell has the first down, lowers the shoulder. Campbell across midfield, still on his feet to the 47-yard line. How fun is he to watch? It's good for 16 on the play, his longest carry of the night.
He's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, just gonna throw Sebastian Null in between the tackles. Oh my God! And again, 3 guys can't bring him down. Takes a 4th to finally bring him down, and man, it's just this guy. He's something different. I don't blame anybody for missing a tackle on Terrence Campbell.
Sure don't. He's a fearless man to bring down, but he's been contained tonight by that front 7 for the Hawks. Here he is again on first down, and Campbell will be brought down from behind by Francis at the 43-yard line. Picks up 4 on the play, and we might see one more snap here to go in this third quarter as we are now under a minute remaining in the period.
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea to just stick with him on this drive. I mean, he's just been your lead back, your bell cow, so to speak. And if you have to run it on most plays and throw a pass here and there to catch him off guard, sure, but he should be your focal point.
Likely the last play of the quarter. Might just want to run it out with Campbell. So we have 20 seconds to go. Ionity communicating with his coach on the sideline.
Sure, if they're going to run a play.
And they have to snap it. They do, but a flag is down first, and it's going to be a delay of game against the Rams. With 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. And that's just going to end the quarter as the clock picked itself back up following the penalty. When we come back, LaSalle with the ball, moving it down the field. It'll be a 2nd and 11 for them, down 10 in a couple of minutes here on Fans Only Sports Network. Right, 12 minutes to go. It's quarter number 4. LaSalle with the ball, and Harrison, they need this drive badly. Down 10 here at home.
They sure do. We're start of the fourth quarter. You haven't gotten anything going on offense, and so Terrence Campbell, he's the guy you want to rely on. Gonna have to, and here and there, obviously you might mix it up if it's 2nd and long, catch the defense off guard. But Hendricken, I would imagine, is probably going to load up the box to account for him because he's been a real problem for them.
And it's 2nd out and 11. And they still know what they're doing here. And now whistle's going to blow. Play clock is moving. And like you said, Campbell, I'm sure he'll get some few more touches on this drive. And a jump here, another pre-snap penalty. It's Rashawn Villain going offside, so we just saw the delay of game against the Rams to push it back to 2nd and 11 instead of 2nd and 6, and now it'll be 2nd and 6 once more.
Yeah, Ionity using a little taste of Hendricken's own medicine. And we saw a couple of times Falcone able to draw the defensive line of LaSalle offsides. Well, now this time Rashawn Villain going to suffer the penalty and able to get 5 more back.
And in motion, it's Bearden. Here's the jet pass to him, and Bearden coming near side, and Bearden will lunge out of bounds. They keep the clock going, only a gain of 2 on the play. That's just not how the Rams drew that one up.
Sure didn't get much yardage, but gotta give credit to middle field safety Sebastian Nault. He came crashing down. Benjamin Brooks in there too, and yeah, just a really stalled play there. Just went east and west. And got a couple of yards, makes it still a third and manageable, but wouldn't be a bad idea. I think you're in 4-down territory at this point, just based on the clock and where you are. So if you want to run it with Campbell, make it a little bit closer, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Bearden in motion. There's the fake to him. Campbell up the middle. And Campbell runs into a wall, led first by Seide, and he is very close to the first. They're going to say he's about a yard short on a 3rd down and 4.
And still a good play. You know, you give Campbell a chance to, get closer to that 1st down marker. This is going to be 4-down territory no matter what, but just need another push from the offensive line once again.
That's 4th and 1. First 4th down attempt of the game for LaSalle. They need it here more than anything. Campbell the back. I'm sure he'll get the ball here, and he will up the middle. He's got the first. Brought down by Nault at the 32-yard line. Got about 6 on the play.
And Hendricken knew that it was coming. They crowd the line of scrimmage, send about 8 guys in the box, and Benjamin Brooks had a free tackle at him, just not able to wrap him up. As Campbell, again, you're going to need multiple Hendricken helmets on him because it's not going to take one guy.
77 yards tonight for Campbell. Another free snap penalty. This is going to be against Majanti, I think, and it will be. False start against LaSalle. Another penalty for the Rams. It's their 3rd false start of the night.
Yeah, and it's just making it more and more difficult on them. Hate to be behind the sticks. Luckily, it's 1st down still, but just going to have to play more clean.
Ionity, the screen. Majanti off his fingertips, incomplete. That makes it 2nd and 15. First incompletion for Ionity tonight.
And Mason Majanti has been quiet tonight. He made a lot of great catches last week against North Kingstown, over the middle.
Yeah,
really
had that huge one.
Yeah, it's really been a security blanket for either of these quarterbacks. And in this case, Ionity just trying to connect with him on a quick flat route and goes off the hands. So, going to have to utilize him more, especially in the red zone, if you ever want a big target to throw to.
That's his first target of the game. Here's Campbell. Flag is down. Should be a hold, and Campbell picks up about 6, but this one's coming back.
I feel like Tyrell Harris, the center, might get called here. Might have been tripping on that.
And yeah, it was. For the little chop block right there. This is going to push the ball from 1st and 15 all the way back to right around midfield. It's a 15-yard penalty to the 48 to their own 48-yard line.
Whew. That's a killer.
It's a big killer.
I mean, you're just going to have to get what you can get right here. Make it still going to be a 3rd and long, but if you can get a big chunk on this play, I think it'll still be 4-down territory if they get it on Hendricken's.
So 2nd and 30. Ionity fakes, launches. Moran downfield. It's incomplete. Should have been picked off, but it was dropped by Xavier Fisher. Breaks up his 2nd pass tonight, and it's 3rd down and long now.
Yeah.
And you got to think for the Rams, it's a tough 3rd down or a 4th down regardless, but if they give the ball back to Mr. Hendricken, are they going to get it back with any reasonable time to go?
It's a reasonable question because you would imagine Hendricken is just going to try and milk the clock as much as they can. I mean, their enemy right now is not the score, it's the time. So, if Hendricken gets it back, and they get another score, or they just bleed the clock out. Game's over.
Identity with Campbell in motion. Here's the screen. Stitchell has the catch with some room. Stitchell brought down from behind by Ronjay Francis at the 41-yard line. Mark him at the 42. It's good for 10. Now makes it 4th and 20.
Yeah, and you just wonder, they needed to create that play, or call that play a little bit more. We saw Stitchell on that first offensive play of the game take it the distance. They haven't really gotten him involved as much.
His first catch since.
Yeah, so again, a lot of things that you're not able to execute, and now the punting unit's out.
So it's 4th and about 18. They're going to punt this one. Back to Bishop Hendricken, and it's Wallace the boot. They do punt it, and it will be staying alive. No hustle there. The ball, it's still alive at the 1-yard line. And, oh, did that go in the end zone? It's down at the 1. You're going to say down at the 1-yard line. I thought that would have been a touchback with the contact and the subsequent fall into the end zone there. But the Hawks will start inside their own 10-yard line again. What a punt from Wallace.
Sure was a great punt. And, yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought that this was going to be a touchback, but referee calling that it'll be down at the 1. So, best case scenario, LaSalle, you need to get a stop right now. You know, get the ball back, because this is under 8 minutes to go, and you know you just need a short field and hopefully either get a field goal or a touchdown on your next drive.
This ball, about the best scenario could have been for LaSalle at the half-yard line. That is where Bishop Hendricken will begin this drive. And like you said, Harrison, they're just trying to eat up as much clock as they can and come out of here with a victory.
And they have a lot of field to work with, too. You know, you got to get this thing out of here first. That's step one. But again, got to be careful. Got to plow forward. You can't go east and west. You're going to buy time for these LaSalle outside linebackers, safeties, whoever, to get you in the backfield for a safety.
It's a loud barn here at LaSalle Academy. 9 guys in the box. Falcone looks like he might just keep it himself, get some space, and it'll be a handoff up the middle. And some good yardage, some more room to run for Francis, lunging down to the 13. It's a first down for Ronjay Francis.
And we saw that same formation that they used for Oscar Wea, where he scored to make it a 10-point game. And again, you get everybody in tight. You just have Ronjay Francis directly behind Jaden Falcone. Makes it easier. It actually helps in a situation like that when you're backed up on your own 1-yard line.
It's the first carry of the half for Francis. He's got 50 yards on just 6 carries tonight, averaging over 8 yards every time he touches that ball. From the 12. Sure they'll keep on the ground here, or try to at the very least. Here's the handoff to Francis, cuts it left, and Francis gets some more good yardage there, down to the 17-yard line. Picks up 6. About 5 on the play.
This LaSalle defense has to tackle more efficiently. I mean, there's just too many guys that are just whiffing on Ronjay Francis and Oscar Wea, and it's really creating additional yards. And in this case, you can't afford first downs.
Almost midway through this fourth quarter, no scoring yet. Give it to Francis, up the gut. Francis, big hole. First down and more. Francis brought down by Young across the 40. Gain of 24 for Ronjay Francis.
They've just been more physical in this half. And you're seeing a lot of jersey grabbing by the Rams, and it's not good enough. You have to wrap up. You have to get low. These guys are too big and too powerful to tackle like that. And it's paying off for Hendricken, continuously getting first downs.
Francis, 80 yards tonight on just 7 carries. What a game he's having. That was his biggest run of the night, going for 2 dozen from the 42. Falcone and the Hawks trying to end the Rams tonight. Here's a throw on the field for Laura. Laura, defender fell down. Laura can't hold on. Right through his mitts, as it was Jaden Robinson on the coverage there. Makes it 2nd down, and Laura had a chance to show why he's one of the best freshmen in the state on that play.
He sure did, but this ball was underthrown just a little bit of a wobbly pass from Falcone, and I think it surprised Laura that he was even going to have a shot at making a play on the ball. Just goes right through his hands, but he'll get plenty of opportunities, I'm sure.
And I agree with it. I mean, it looked like he was surprised he had a chance to make that pass with Robinson eating some grass on the play. But now here's 2nd down. They'll fake it and keep it. Falcone up the middle, and Jaden Falcone stays on his feet down to midfield, lunging forward for a respectable gain of 8 on the play. Keeps the clock moving too.
And again, seeing this offensive line really dictate the line of scrimmage. Talked about coming out in the second half. Who's going to be the more physical football team? Well, Steven Antonucci getting to the second level certainly helps. Sean Villain in there. Now he's getting involved in this blocking scheme of the Hawks, and so this is what it was going to take. Make adjustments at the end of the first half. You didn't like how you played, come out here and send a message, and they've been executing.
They have outscored the Rams 15 donuts here in the second half, executing that altered game plan to perfection as they try to get on the plus side of the field for the 7th out of 7 drives here tonight, and they do right there, getting a first down with Francis for 3 more. With 4:24 to go, that's a gain of 3 and another first down on the ground here for Bishop Hendricken.
Just smash mouth football at its finest. Who wants that 1 yard the most? And it's just been showing up time and time again in this second half, where this offensive line of Hendricken, the backs, just not quitting and pushing. That's what it took in this second half.
Hendricken trying to put this game away, letting every second of that play clock go down. LaSalle still has 3 timeouts. You look back to that punt, and the question kind of answered, will they get the ball back? Here's Francis bobbling the handoff, stays on his feet. Francis to the 39, rumbling down for 8 more. Even when it's wonky, the willpower of Francis gets him some positive yardage.
And he's a big boy, too. I mean, you see a lot of man on that guy, and I don't blame him. We're seeing these running backs for both teams, take over the game. And now it's been Ronjay Francis for Hendricken that's taken over the game in a big way, trying to seal the deal.
It kind of answers the question. I mean, sure, it was 4th and 18, 19, but against a team like this who's running the ball so potently, you're already moving it 60 yards on the field despite the perfect punt that you saw. I mean, it's going to come back to haunt the Rams. And timeout will be called first by Bishop Hendricken. That's the first timeout for either team used this half. So when we come back, 2:50 remains. The Hawks lead it by 10, trying to close it out here on Fans Only Sports Network. .250 to go. Hawks moving the ball, and the Rams still have 3 timeouts, but down 10. A couple of first downs will melt this game away.
Sure will. And it's going to take a valiant effort to stop Ronjay Francis.
And here he is again. And he gets another first down. Gets through Campbell at first. Grover ran there to help finish him off, but Francis moves the chains. Gain of 3.
And it looks like Jeff Marcone going to take a timeout. Try and stop this clock. Never mind. They keep running. Little delay after the first down. But again, it's going to take multiple guys. But I think you've seen a different Hendricken team in this second half where it caught LaSalle off guard, and takes a big team, a smart guy, to be able to make the adjustments and say, hey, we screwed up in the first half. We made a lot of mistakes, but we're going to have to clean it up and move on. And they certainly have done that.
It seems like the Rams, they might use their timeouts after this set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Give it to Francis. Francis goes over 100 on the night. Francis still going. Ronjay Francis makes a move down inside the 10. A flag flies at the end of the play. Couple of flags flying. And if it stands, it's a gain of about 26 for Ronjay Francis. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe Andrew Mateo maybe brought down Francis by the horse collar, so maybe you're going to get it on LaSalle. You also saw, believe it was Steven Antonucci down. Not sure if he got a holding call too.
That's a face mask against LaSalle, so this will push them even closer. Goal to go, and that is going to be another penalty against the Rams. They tied their season total last week with their 14th penalty of the night.
Yeah, and it's just been a different story in the second half. Where
Puts the ball at the 4.5.
Yeah, and they might looks like they're just going to take a knee here. Falcone, as you see,
Yeah, they're in
tilted.
victory formation. Rams still have 3 timeouts. Not going to use them, it looks like. And Falcone takes the knee. What a game it was for Bishop Hendricken. 2 touchdown drives in the second half. I mean, they just steamrolled all over the Rams and sucked the soul out of them with those clock-killing possessions here tonight.
They sure did. And it was going to take a more physical football team to win in the second half. You just had a 5-point game. Yeah, LaSalle scored a touchdown at the end of the first half. Ionity showed a lot of promise, but it was Hendricken that made the adjustments, running the football, not making mistakes. They played clean football in the second half, and that's what it took to come out victorious.
So both these teams lining up in midfield. There's still about 50 seconds left. May have to run one more kneel down, else the game just is called over. So the second straight year, Bishop Hendricken is going to beat LaSalle in the regular season. They win here tonight, 22-12. One more kneel down just for the stat book. And this game is over. The Hawks come to Providence tonight and win it 22-12. What a game here. And the game of the year. Everyone's in the building here tonight, and it did not disappoint with a second half comeback coming from the men in white and green this evening. Tim Duffy, Harrison Proud, Nicole Harrison, any final thoughts as we conclude this edition of Ocean State Friday Night Lights?
It was a great match tonight. I mean, you saw LaSalle pretty much take charge. They came out with fire in the first half, able to get that touchdown to Grover Moran from Ionity to end the first half. And then Bishop Hendricken, they were able to make the adjustments in the second half. They played clean football, a more physical way of playing football, physical style with Francis and Awea. And so you look at all those things, and it was a great matchup, 10-point game, nothing better. But I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams see each other again.
Yeah, and this is like what everyone says, the first of two, and it happened to be Bishop Hendricken taking control. Last year, LaSalle won the championship after losing to Hendricken in the regular season. Can the story repeat here in 2023? We'll find out, but for tonight, Hendricken can celebrate and win. we'll see you guys all next time here on Ocean State FNL, here on Fans Only Sports Network.